Welcome to Africa. Africa is not just a continent, it's a world of its own. It's a place where ancient history, rich culture, and awe-inspiring landscapes blend seamlessly. From the soaring peaks of Mount Kilimanjaro to the boundless stretches of the Sahara Desert, Africa's natural beauty is matched only by its diverse cultures and fascinating history. This vast continent, the birthplace of humanity, has long been the cradle of civilization, the center of human migration, and the home to many of the world's most iconic animals. The landscapes, whether jungles, deserts, mountains, or rivers, each tell their own story, forged by ends of natural forces. The same holds true for its wildlife, whose survival is a testament to the untamed beauty and harsh challenges of the land. Yet, despite the rawness of Africa's wilderness, it is a land teeming with hope, progress, and the unstoppable spirit of its people. Throughout this journey, we will explore some of Africa's most iconic natural wonders and delve into the rich history that shaped them. So, let's embark on this journey, discovering the wonders of this continent, where history and nature blend into one. The call of the wild, Africa's wildlife, is the soul of the continent. No other place on Earth can offer such a rich diversity of animals that roam free in their natural habitat. Picture yourself on the vast plains of the Serengeti, the wind blowing through the tall grasses, with wildebeests grazing peacefully, while a family of elephants moves slowly in the distance. Lions rest in the shade of acacia trees, their eyes alert as they survey their kingdom. This is a place where life thrives, as it has for millennia, where the circle of life plays out before your eyes in an intricate dance of predator and prey. But Africa's wildlife is more than just a spectacle for the eyes. These animals hold deep cultural significance for the continent's people. For example, the lion, often referred to as the king of the jungle, is a symbol of power and courage in many African cultures. It is revered by tribes such as the Maasai, who view it as a guardian of the wild. Similarly, elephants are seen as wise and noble creatures, their memory and intelligence revered by various indigenous groups. The elephant's symbolic status is just one of many examples of how the natural world is intertwined with the cultural and spiritual fabric of Africa. In the jungles of Central Africa, the gorillas of the Congo Basin live in near isolation. These endangered giants are a symbol of the continent's rich biodiversity, and conservation efforts are critical to their survival. The sight of a silverback gorilla calmly eating bamboo, while his troop plays in the trees, is a reminder of the importance of preserving Africa's natural wonders. Beyond the jungle, the savanna is home to cheetahs, giraffes, and zebras, each contributing to the ecosystem in unique ways. The cheetah, with its unparalleled speed, exemplifies the fierce competitive spirit of nature, while the zebra, with its iconic black and white stripes, has adapted perfectly to its environment. From the dense rainforests to the open savannas, Africa's wildlife is not just abundant, it is critical to the balance of the continent's ecosystems. The animals here are not merely surviving. They are thriving in an environment that demands both strength and adaptability. Whether it's the giraffes grazing on acacia trees or the hippos wallowing in the muddy waters of the Nile, Africa's wildlife paints a vibrant picture of nature at its finest. Endless horizons, deserts, and dunes. Africa's deserts are as diverse as they are vast. The Sahara Desert, the largest hot desert in the world, stretches across much of North Africa, covering over 9 million square kilometers. It's a place of extremes, where temperatures can soar above 50 degrees Celsius during the day and drop below freezing at night. The Sahara's golden dunes ripple across the landscape like waves on an ocean, shifting constantly in the desert winds. But despite its arid conditions, life persists. The desert is home to resilient plants, like the hardy cactus, and animals like the fennec fox and dromedary camel, both of which are perfectly adapted to survive in this harsh environment. What many people don't realize is that the Sahara was not always a desert. Thousands of years ago, it was a lush, green land with rivers and lakes, teeming with wildlife. Evidence of this ancient environment can still be found in the form of rock art and fossils, which tell the story of a once thriving ecosystem. These remnants of a forgotten past serve as a reminder of the dynamic and ever-changing nature of the planet's landscapes. In stark contrast to the Sahara is the Namib Desert in southern Africa. Here, towering red dunes rise above the barren land, casting long shadows in the early morning light. This desert is one of the oldest in the world, with some dunes believed to be over 5 million years old. The Namib Desert is also home to the otherworldly Dead Vliet, a salt and clay pan dotted with ancient, dried-up trees that have stood for centuries. The arid conditions and the beauty of the landscape make this a photographer's paradise. Moving to the southwest, the Kalahari Desert stretches across Botswana, Namibia, and South Africa. The desert is home to diverse wildlife, including the famous meerkats, which dig intricate burrows for shelter, and the elusive desert lions, who have adapted to the dry conditions of the region. The Kalahari also has seasonal rains, which bring a burst of life to the desert as grasses bloom and animals gather in the temporary waterholes. The deserts of Africa, from the Sahara to the Kalahari, are places of solitude and survival, where the forces of nature have shaped a landscape that is both hostile and beautiful. The people who call these deserts home have developed unique ways of life based on the principles of resourcefulness and respect for the land. The desert is both a harsh teacher and a source of immense beauty, teaching us how life can endure even in the most extreme conditions. Wonders of water, rivers, lakes, and falls. Africa's rivers and lakes are as awe-inspiring as its deserts, providing life to the continent's wildlife and people. The Nile River, often considered the longest river in the world, is Africa's lifeblood. It has nourished civilizations for millennia, from the ancient Egyptians who built their mighty empire along its banks, to the modern-day communities who depend on it for water, transport, and agriculture. The Nile winds its way through 11 countries, from its sources in East Africa to its mouth in Egypt, emptying into the Mediterranean Sea. Victoria Falls, one of the largest and most spectacular waterfalls in the world, sits on the Zambezi River, straddling the border between Zambia and Zimbabwe. The falls, often referred to as the smoke that thunders, are an incredible sight, with water cascading over a cliff into a gorge below, creating mist that rises into the sky. For centuries, indigenous communities have seen the falls as a sacred site, with many legends and myths surrounding its power and mystery. The Okavango Delta, located in Botswana, is a unique inland delta that doesn't empty into any ocean or sea but instead evaporates in the Kalahari Desert. This oasis is a hot spot for wildlife, particularly during the annual flooding when vast stretches of land become submerged, creating a temporary paradise for animals. The delta supports an abundance of life, from hippos and crocodiles to elephants and antelopes. The intricate network of channels, islands, and lagoons forms a labyrinth that offers both a haven for wildlife and a spectacular setting for adventurous travelers. A living history, from the cradle of humanity to great empires. Africa's history is as rich and diverse as its landscapes. It is the birthplace of humanity, where the first human ancestors walked the earth millions of years ago. In places like the Great Rift Valley, you can still find fossils of early humans, some of the oldest evidence of our species. The valley is not just a geological marvel, it is a symbol of our shared history as a species, reminding us of where we came from and how far we've come. Ancient Egypt, with its towering pyramids and majestic temples, is one of the most famous civilizations in history. The pyramids of Giza, built as tombs for the pharaohs, have stood for over 4,000 years, enduring the test of time and the forces of nature. The Egyptian civilization gave us advancements in mathematics, astronomy, and architecture, many of which continue to influence our world today. But Egypt is just one part of Africa's rich historical tapestry. In West Africa, the Mali Empire was one of the largest and wealthiest empires in the world during the 14th century. The city of Timbuktu, a key center of trade and scholarship, became legendary for its universities, libraries, and role as a crossroads for knowledge. Scholars traveled from all corners of the world to study there, and the city's influence spread across Africa, the Middle East, and Europe. The history of Timbuktu is a testament to Africa's long-standing role in global exchange and intellectual pursuit. To the east, Ethiopia's Aksumite Empire was a powerful civilization that thrived long before the rise of the European powers. The Aksumites were known for their monumental obelisks, their impressive architectural feats, and their early adoption of Christianity, making Ethiopia one of the first Christian kingdoms in the world. The kingdom's strategic position along ancient trade routes helped it to become a center of commerce and culture, leaving behind ruins that tell the story of a once great civilization. From the empires of the Sahara to the coastal kingdoms of East Africa, Africa's history is as diverse as its landscapes. The continent has seen the rise and fall of countless kingdoms, each contributing to the rich cultural mosaic that defines Africa today. Whether it's the ancient kingdom of Kush, the powerful Carthaginian Empire, or the trading cities of the Swahili coast, Africa's history is not just a story of the past. It is a living, breathing legacy that continues to shape the world. Africa's majestic mountains and peaks. Towering high above the vast plains and sprawling deserts, Africa's mountains and peaks are nature's masterpieces, bold and enduring. These ancient giants tell the story of the Earth itself, formed through powerful volcanic eruptions and tectonic shifts over millions of years. From their snow-capped summits to their rugged slopes, they offer a striking contrast to the surrounding landscapes, standing as symbols of resilience and beauty. Wrapped in lush forests or standing bare against the horizon, these peaks are home to unique ecosystems teeming with life. As the sun rises or sets, the mountains transform, bathed in hues of gold and crimson, casting long shadows over the continent's heart. For countless communities, these mountains are more than landmarks, they are lifelines. Sacred and revered, they provide water, fertile soil, and a sense of identity. They have been places of worship, inspiration, and refuge for centuries, shaping the cultures and traditions of those who live in their shadows. The stories and myths tied to these peaks are woven into the rich tapestry of Africa's heritage. Standing at the base of these mountains, one feels both humbled and inspired. They are reminders of the incredible power of nature and the enduring spirit of the continent. Africa's peaks invite all who encounter them to pause, reflect, and marvel at the harmonious blend of strength and serenity that defines this extraordinary land. Africa is a land where the natural world and human history are intricately woven together. From its wild animals and golden deserts to its ancient civilizations and modern-day triumphs, Africa is a continent full of wonder and mystery. It is a place where the past speaks to us through the land and where the present pulses with life, diversity, and possibility. Now, we want to hear from you. What part of Africa fascinates you the most? Is it the untamed wilderness of the savannah or the stories of ancient kings and queens? Share your thoughts in the comments and let us know which African wonder you would love to experience firsthand. If you enjoyed this journey through Africa, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video. Let's spread the beauty and richness of Africa to the world. Together, we can celebrate the wonders of our planet and the timeless stories it holds.